Breaking news this Friday morning, President Trump assigned a new head of the Federal Reserve. How are markets going to react to that? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, folks, because if you're watching this video, you're a homeowner, home buyer, you could be a realtor, loan officer trying to figure out what in the heck's going to go on with those today and why? So today we're going to talk about President's assignment of a new Fed chair. But let's get over first at the economic calendar. We're going to have some inflationary numbers come out today. But let's just recap the week real quick. We had consumer inflation come out. It didn't shock in all the systems. We had the jobs report come out, and it didn't shock in all the systems. We even had the Federal Reserve come out saying, okay, we're just going to keep rates right where they are. And now this morning we're going to get inflation numbers on the producer side. I'm expecting these to go up a little bit today, so don't be surprised if these tick up just a little bit, and it's because of my January effect. So if you don't really understand what my January effect is, please subscribe over there so some of the lingo I use you can understand. But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying the manufacturers, they got hit with tariffs. Yeah, we agree with that. But they weren't able to pass along those price increases to the consumer until now. They're like, we can't do it last year, the end of the year. It was the holiday season. So they're going to push it through in January and February. And then when people get those refund checks, the bigger refund checks, they're going to spend it. So we're going to absorb those higher costs, and that will uptick these things a little bit. That's my thought. But the biggest thing I want to see is where the market's going today because of this new Fed chair. So the markets aren't doing anything, so that should be good news. Let's see what the stock market's doing over through here. We got that. That's down, but they're saying it's down a little bit less than where it was. So who is this guy that he just put in place of the Fed chair? Well, let's do a quick little briefing on him. I'm not going to dive into him. You're going to get more than enough mainstream media on this stuff, but this looks like a pretty good dude. Okay, so he was in place in the Federal Reserve, not the head chairman. He was during Bernanke and some other instances where we went through some really chaotic times. So the thing behind this is, yeah, he's going to say the Fed is independent. He's going to stand his ground there. He's probably going to lean a little bit the way Trump does because that's who he was appointed from. But what's the outlook? What do you and I want to know what's going to go on with interest rates? Well, let's go over here. Short term, here's what they're going to say. Well, the bias is maybe toward rate cuts a little bit. So rates could come down a little bit. Midterm, well, they're range bound. There's going to be volatility. And then long term, there could be some reductions. So basically, they're saying they're going to be flat to maybe down a little bit. Well, that's right in the wheelhouse that I expected. I've been predicting rates at, what I say over here, 5.875 to 6.25. We're right there right now. So we're right in that wheelhouse over through there. So then we get down through here, and what do we really want to get out of this? Well, clients should expect continued rate volatility in 2026. So what do you do if you're looking to buy? Is it going to be that crazy? Well, let me tell you what you can do if you're a current owner. Go over to my website. We have a tool right through here for homeowners, and it's called RateWatch 2.1. What I want you to do is put in your mortgage information, put in your rate that you'd like to refinance, and then put in how much of a savings you'd like to find each month. And if we can hit either of those, we'll reach out to you and let you know. We don't sell the data, folks, so don't be worried about that part of it. But let's go back to here. What am I expecting? Well, I'm not really expecting rates to do all that much. So if you're looking to build or buy in the spring, I don't think you have anything to worry about. They're going to be right in this range right here. That's what I'm saying. If you have a high rate of mortgage right now, you're waiting for rates to come down a little bit more. We got some fantastic calculators I'll get to in a second. I'm going to show you a trick how to get them for free. But let's get over to see what the Federal Reserve looked at, what we got this week. Well, they control that over there, the federal funds rate, and they didn't do anything with it, which I didn't think they would because inflation still higher than what they want, but it's starting to kind of taper. We got the unemployment rate that's ticked down the last time, and the unemployment just looks maybe steady, and GDP is actually strong as well. So if you go over to the Federal Reserve, what they're going to do in 47 days, I can almost assure you they're not going to do anything. Let's go down here. Let's do this. Let's look at the probability. I want to see if it's changed over the time. Okay, so here's what we have. The probability at the March meeting, 85% chance they're not going to cut. We'll stop there because I don't want to go all the way out to May, June, July, because we're going to have a whole new cast of characters. We're going to have a new Fed chair. We're going to have another member assigned to the Federal Reserve. So we're going to have even more Trump appointees, which isn't probably a bad thing for volatility. So here's what I want to show you guys that are missing out. So if you're a realtor out there or a loan officer, and if you're looking to buy or you're a homeowner, these tools can help you as well. But you want some earth-shattering calculators to give your clients, go down through here. We got this one. It's a first-time homebuyer and homeowner package. It gives you all these calculators right through here. All of these. I'll give you a trick. There is a cost in here. But if you go through here and say, okay, it says 29 bucks, it actually asks you, what do you want to pay? So you don't have to pay anything. Use promo code Dan, capital D, capital A, capital N, but at least leave a buck or so. We spent hours and hours and hours on this thing, so I'll leave that up to you. It's a donation, I'll put it that way. So the last piece of the puzzle is right through here. Here's all the calculators that we have, but I want you guys to understand what we have at our website. I created this thing. Most websites are just junk. You go there and it's like, you can find some things, but we have things for if you're a homeowner right now and need a home equity loan fast. Try that 5-day HELOC. If you got a RateWatch, you're a homeowner, try the RateWatch tool. If you already got a mortgage quote and you're like, Dan, can you here, let me explain to you who I am. My name is Dan Frio. I'm actually the host of the Rate Update, and I'm also a licensed mortgage loan officer in all 50 states, as well as Puerto Rico. And I work at a bank that I created this slogan. It's one application, one credit pool. We're going to compare your loan to over 30 different lenders. How? Well, we set up ourselves with over 30 of the country's largest banks, mortgage companies, and credit unions. Why? Was to make sure when you guys call in, we're doing all the searching for you. So if you're doing it on your own, have fun out there. If you want us to help you on this, please fill out the RateWatch tool. Send your loan estimate that you already have into our loan estimate upload. What we're going to do is we're going to review it. If we can beat the other lender on savings and the rate, I'm hoping to win you as a customer. And then check out the videos down below and on our YouTube channel. There's over 6,000 videos that I did that talks about mortgages and things like this. So if you're a homeowner, home buyer, realtor, or loan officer, now after these last 7-8 minutes, now hopefully you understand a little bit more what the heck's going on with those today and why. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe over there, and I will see you next week, folks, with the opening bell and let you know how all this mess starts yet another week. Be warm out there, and I'll see you next week, but check out some of the videos I got posted over the weekend. They're pretty informative. Take care, folks. Be safe. Bye-bye.